The Central Trophy was first played in 1984 and through the years has attracted some of the best players in the women's amateur game to St Andrews to compete, many of whom have gone on to succeed at the very highest level. So before the 2023 edition got underway with 36 holes on the new course, we caught up with a few competitors to get their thoughts on the tournament and playing here at the home of golf.
It's just the home of golf. It's hard to put into words, but playing the old course yesterday, it's just special. Playing over the hotel, up 18, it's just got good vibes about it, really. I like the courses, I know the courses. I always feel like I play well around them, so yeah, it's just great.
I think I've always loved the courses here. It's links golf. I really love that style of play, and I think you just never know what can happen on today. So yeah, no, I love to sort of play those chip and runs and hit putts from way off the green. So I think it's a really cool place to play golf. I played in the Celebration Champions, which was obviously that little celebration event before the Open. So I got to play with Colin Morikawa, Anna Nordqvist and Keita Nakajima in the first group out on the old course. So it was so special to be there and actually played the old course practice round yesterday. So just to see it again and sort of relive those memories was really special.
In 2008, when I played the Curtis Cup, it was such a fantastic time, and it was really the first time that I played overseas, so we fell in love with it, loved St Andrews, loved Scotland, and just try to come over as much as we can.
So this is how the leaderboard looked going into the final round on the old course. A 2-shot lead for Euphemie Rhodes on 12 under par, with reigning champion Jen Saxton looking to retain her title and only 3 shots behind. Placed in between those two golfers was Jessica Hall from Bishop Auckland, but she would drop 2 shots at the first hole after finding the Swilcan bird with her approach. Women's amateur champion Jess Baker was on the front foot early on and nearly holed out for a spectacular albatross on the second. An eagle was good enough to move her to 9 under as she moved up the leaderboard. Out behind, Patience Rhodes was in trouble on 2, having to play out sideways from a fairway bunker. It would lead her to bogey the hole and fall 4 shots behind older sister Euphemie, who herself had bogeyed the first. Jess Baker continued her front 9 charge with a birdie at 6, putting her 5 under for her round and in a share of the lead at 12 under for the tournament. Back on 2, Lois Law from France would miss this eagle putt. But she would see home the birdie and go on to birdie 3, 4, 5 and again here at 6 to also put her at -12. Things were beginning to look very tight at the top. Especially when Euphemie Rhodes would get back the shot she dropped at the first with her birdie at 2. A tap-in birdie always welcome. Another birdie at this hole came from Jessica Hall. But unfortunately, she would fall away as the round progressed, finishing in a tie for 15th place. Patience Rhodes had started to hole some good putts, like here on the tricky 7th hole. A birdie here put her at 11 under par. No surprise to see Jess Baker driving the green at the par 4 10. A birdie would see her back at 12 under after a brilliant start to her round. But her challenge would eventually end with 3 drop shots at 15 and 18. Still a top 10 finish though at tied 8th. So could anyone else come through from further down the field to make a challenge? Well, Lucy Jameson was trying hard. A chip from the rough setting up a birdie here at the 9. On her way to a 68 to finish the tournament tied 6th at -11. Starting the day one shot better was Ebba Norstead. Here we see her birdieing the 7th, part of a magnificent run of holes culminating in her 9th birdie of the day here at 16 to put her 14 under for the tournament. The Swedish golfer was really going for it and almost paid the price after putting her second shot at 17 onto the road. But a crowd-pleasing shot with the putter would help save par as she headed up the last, where her approach found the Valley of Sin at the front of the 18th green. There'd be no heroics this time, however, as she took 3 to get down for a costly bogey. But a brilliant performance, I'm sure you'll agree, setting a clubhouse target of 13 under. Back on 10, Lois Law had driven the green and would 2-putt for a birdie to put her at 13 under and tied for the lead. Out behind on 9, and this approach from Euphemie Rhodes would be converted for a birdie to put her back out in front on 14 under par. Up to the 12th, and Lois Law would watch her tee shot roll agonisingly back off the green, causing her to bogey the hole and move back to 12 under. A 2-shot swing in this group at the tricky par 3 as Patience Rose would get a well-earned birdie 2 with this putt and bring her right into contention, as she was also now on 12 under. Jen Saxton wasn't letting go of her title without a fight though. A nice birdie here at 13 moved her to 13 under par and just 1 off the lead. Lois Law played a nice approach here on 16, although not quite as close as playing partner Patience Rhodes, who put her approach even closer. Both would hole out for birdie and both were now 14 under par. In the match behind though, Euphemie Rhodes would also play a nice approach. However, she had been in all sorts of trouble further back in the hole, and a double bogey would see her fall back to 11 under par. Lois Law had found her trouble on 17, and unfortunately for her, this well-holed putt was for a bogey 6. Up to the final green, and Patience Rhodes would have to get up and down to finish at 14 under and force Lois to hole her birdie putt. Pretty close there, so the pressure was now on the French golfer. This birdie putt would have to drop for Lois Law to set a new clubhouse lead at 14 under par. Not to be. So could Patience finish off with her par? A very confident stroke for a round of 6 under par and a new target of 14 under for the tournament. 3 shots back now, Euphemie couldn't catch her younger sister, but would hit a glorious approach for the crowds to enjoy. That meant that only Jen Saxton could match 14 under par, but that would require her to hole her approach shot on 18, and it wasn't to be. A great title defence though from Jen, finishing tied 4th at 12 under. Euphemie would see her birdie putt home to finish the tournament at 12 under, but bragging rights in the Rhodes household would belong to the 2023 St. World Trophy winner, Patience Rhodes.
Feels great, honestly, it's unbelievable. I wasn't really expecting this, but I was out there on the course just trying to make as many birdies as I could, and everything was going great, so yeah.
Congratulations to Patience on a well-deserved victory.